Welcome, everybody, to the Morgan City Redevelopment Agency meeting. I believe it's December 10th, 2024. There he is. I'll entertain a motion to approve of the meeting's agenda. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the meeting's agenda. I'll also take discussion and a motion on the meeting. What's that? Or do we vote on the, all in favor? Thank you. Denise, I told you I was gonna do it perfect. Okay, on the consent agenda, redevelopment agency meeting minutes from November 12th, 2024. Is there any discussion, any changes?
I've reviewed the minutes and would move to accept them.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Was that better, Denise? Okay. All right, resolution adopting and approving an amended economic development incentive agreement between the Morgan City Redevelopment Agency and, is it Rivaba? Ty? Rivaba Morgan LLC, doing business as Comfort Inn and Suites. Resolution R 2445. So Ty, I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, so at the last meeting, we approved the incentive agreement, and took it to them, and they had just two changes. One was to change the date to January, push that date back, which they're still working on. And then they had concerns about the provision that said if in any one given year we didn't receive, the RDA didn't receive enough funds, that we would not pay them the full amount. And then they wanted to add, then put it into a future year, or a future year into the RDA. But in the previous one of the previous sections, we've committed to the total dollar amount. So in any one given year, it really doesn't make any sense to worry about one budget year. If the RDA didn't collect, we would just go in deficit that one year and then pull out of it in a future year. We really wouldn't need to reduce the payment. So we just struck that whole paragraph out in order to make that provision. And it was kind of a good catch on their part. But like we've talked about before, we can't commit the RDA past the years that we have the agreement to exist. So in one budget year, if we went less, we would still owe them the total amount that we had committed to. So it's better just to strike that and just keep it on schedule. Just keep the payments on schedule till we meet that obligation, unless something on their end happens where we're no longer obligated to follow through, if it becomes a non-operating hotel or, something else happens. So that's what's the proposal is I'm not looking at it, but I think it was just to change the date and then to remove the whole paragraph that was in there. I don't think we added any language. It was just kind of.
Yeah, you just changed the date there
And then,
striked out that one sentence and then the paragraph.
yeah, and then just renumbered
So then read
the paragraphs after that. So that's the proposal before us.
So the highlighted under D, E, F, and F, G.
It's taking F and replacing it with E.
Okay.
So Ty, the paragraph B is striking the payment of the tax increment you just explained, but paragraph D, it talks about provisions of the Utah law. If they are changed, that either reduces or eliminates the amount paid to the RDA. Are we still obligated? I mean, why wouldn't we want an escape route on that one?
So, because we've committed the total amount to the hotel, and there's really nothing that the state could change that would relieve us of our contractual arrangement. Like the state wouldn't, there's no state law that would say, oh, now you're exempt from an agreement that you've already committed to. They might change the rules moving forward, but it really wouldn't relieve us of any obligation that we've made contractually in the
Then
agreement, so.
why was that paragraph in there to begin with? What's that doing?
I don't know.
Gary will tell us.
Good legal language.
So typically, it just eliminates any controversy in the future if they do change it. And the changes happen to affect this contract negatively. Typically though, the way the legislature works is they will not interfere with an existing contract. They don't, their rules and the things that they do, unless it's something that's really, really, oh, we found this and it's an emergency and every city in the state's going to make this decision. So we need it to take effect immediately, which in my time up the legislature, I've only seen maybe happen once. It was regarding a tax matter and I can't even remember exactly what it was, but normally they will not interfere with an existing contract. And so everything, like Ty says, would be changed from that point forward. And so I felt pretty comfortable with them taking that out. There may be something that changes that would tweak the agreement a little bit, but as far as the payment goes,
Not a lot of relevance to the paragraph anyway, then.
no.
Okay.
And yeah, interestingly enough, every year there has to be an appropriation made by the RDA for whatever obligations the RDA has anyway. So politically, that has to happen every year on a yearly
State
basis. You
level?
approve the budget. No, you approve the budget.
Yeah, on our level.
The RDA does, and any changes in the budget. And so I want to say it's kind of superfluous, but it really is
Okay.
because you still control it.
So this expired in February of 2028.
Mhm.
That's not too bad.
I think there's a total amount too. So not only do you have that date, but it expires. You have a-
175,000.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I added everything up and it comes to that.
Yeah.
So I was curious. It says the amount of the tax increment grant for each year shall be up to an aggregate of $175,000. Do we just pay that one time, that 175,000, or do we pay it in aggregate? A little here and a little there, or is it just all one?
770, or 700 eventually when it's all
Yeah,
said and done.
yeah, but each year we just, right now we're making them a check for 170, I mean, we're just 175,000, right?
Yeah, so there's a tier in one of the prior for the first couple of years, it's higher and then it
It's
goes
front-end
down and then
loaded.
it,
You remember?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is it paid throughout the years, it just paid one time?
one time.
That-
Oh, I see.
That was my question.
If we're making installments or if
Yeah.
it's a one-time. payment.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah, yeah.
asking.
Sorry about that. I didn't
It's all right.
understand.
I probably wasn't too clear on my question.
Something like 45% of the total amounts paid in the first
2 years.
1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Increases
it's
to
way,
125.
yeah, way front end loaded.
Mhm.
So there's 175,000 payment upon signing.
Another 175 in February.
Yeah, so it's fairly close together.
And at the end, it's 125,000 out last year.
Something that's interesting about this, they're assuming the incentives is that most of what the company was supposed to do to perform under the incentives, which was to build the building, to have employees, to employ employees and to
Make it viable.
to get it going, that's already been accomplished. So the first group actually accomplished the majority of what the city's actually paying for. And so they're
What their intent
assuming,
was in granting the RDA.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's front end loaded is, if it was a brand new contract, that would be accurate. But really, when it comes down to it,
Good
they,
point.
they've done a lot
Mhm.
towards 3/4 completion of the contract. And these people now are coming in and taking over where,
Maybe unfortunate that the original developer or owners didn't benefit from the RDA then, where these guys may get more benefit from it.
and just, the note is that we're also required under the original agreement to let them know that we have extended this to
Okay.
somebody else coming in. So we've done that. We've sent that notice out and we've,
Yeah.
but like Ty says, they're probably not in business anymore. We haven't received any, no,
I can say, would you expect any follow-up from that? Okay.
no. On the 16th, it'll be 30 days. So even if they interpret it as a breach of the contract, it would be, we'd be okay. But we're allowed to terminate right away whenever there's a transfer that we haven't authorized. And so we did not authorize any kind of transfer, but it was involuntarily done by the company because in their filing bankruptcy or whatever they did and defaulting on the loan, if that makes sense.
Yeah, good explanation.
Gotcha.
Questions on
You'd have to assume that Comfort Inn, when they were looking at, purchasing this, would, obviously, their business plan would include the fact that at some point in the future, that 125,000 or 150,000 is gonna go away. So I'm sure they've factored that into their business plan, I would imagine. I'm sure they have.
Yeah, and I think, just in negotiations with the contract, a lot of the incentive is to help it get converted. There's a lot of costs in converting it from the cobblestone to the Comfort Inn
Branding and that type of thing.
signage and, renovations from each room. And they have 5 years to do those improvements. And so, I think most of the incentive is kind of budgeted in that way.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, and then I think they plan on it going away, so.
Well, it's a good thing, I think.
Mayor, are you prepared for a motion?
Yes. We had enough discussion.
Yep, there's not much to discuss.
Mayor, I will make a motion that we adopt, approve resolution R 24-45. Resolution adopting and approving an amended economic development incentive agreement between Morgan City Redevelopment Agency, Morgan City and Rivaba Morgan LLC, doing business as Comfort Inn Suites.
I'll second that, Mayor. Oh,
I was just quiet. I did it the quiet way.
I was looking at him and not you.
Second.
Gotcha.
Second from Eric. All in favor?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Oh, funding.
Jeffrey,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Tony,
Aye.
Dave, Eric.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Denise, that's unanimous.
Hmm.
Okay, that's the only item on this meeting, so we'll adjourn for 15 minutes.
You on a tight ship.
You bet. I'm trying to do a good job for Denise.